What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday over here. Bitcoin, as we speak right now, is at about 34.6K. It did try to break 35K area again earlier today. We're going to be taking a look into what could be going on with Bitcoin, why I'm still overall bullish on this crypto market. I'm going to be showing you guys why, because that is the more important thing to be listening for, rather than just a message, right? So we're going to be taking a look into the Bitcoin charts first, because it is the driver of the entire crypto markets, especially if you guys are new. That is the most important thing to know. Bitcoin is the driver here. If Bitcoin goes up, it's going to pull quite a bit of these altcoins up with it. And if Bitcoin comes down, well, it's going to drag quite a bit of your altcoins down with it, chances are. Now, the main topics for altcoins for technical analysis and price prediction on this post is going to be about, I always forget this. Let me look down my list. It's going to be Avalanche token, JASMY, XLM. See what is going on in these markets. What has changed since the last time I have talked about these coins? What are some upside and downside price targets, if that has changed since last time, as well as some key price levels to be paying attention to? I'm going to be giving you guys my personal opinions and what I'm personally doing in this market right now later in this video, so make sure to be staying around for that. Of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I an elite trader of any sorts, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets. And I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, if you guys are feeling pumped on this Wednesday morning, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into it. All right, so we do have Bitcoin right now, 34.6K, up over 2% today. Okay, what could be happening with Bitcoin here? So let's zoom out just a little bit for you new viewers, right? Who hasn't really been following. So what I'm talking about is here. Okay, Bitcoin has broken out of this long-term resistance of this cup and handle pattern. Okay, the resistance here was about 32K area. Okay, Bitcoin finally broke out of that earlier this week. Now, I don't see resistance on this weekly time frame, okay, until about that 39K area, okay, 38, 39K area. I'm looking for these candle wicks right here that tells me basically where the previous price rejections were. That's basically where either traders took profits or short sellers came in for shorts. Okay, so you can refer back to this group of candles here going back to January of last year. Okay, so it's going to be ranging from about, like I said, about 38, 39K-ish, all the way up to, even this level right here that's close to 50K. Okay, the measure move out of this breakout is 30 out of this cup and handle pattern would be about just right underneath 50K here. So this is basically why I'm saying I'm bullish on this market until we hit some resistance, possible hitting these measure targets. Okay, now measure targets are estimates only. Okay, it could be over, under, and it really just depends on the type of market that we're in. Now, I mean, there could be, some things randomly happening that could completely destroy the setup. But from the time of recording right here, this is what I'm looking at right here. I'm focusing on this chart. Okay. Now, also want to just remind you guys that Bitcoin did break out of this huge falling wedge. Okay, that was basically the 2022 bear market. It did nothing for a while. So just to give you an example, okay, of how measure targets work, okay, Bitcoin broke out of this huge falling wedge. This is the weekly time frame, broke out of this, and it did almost nothing for quite some time, okay, quite a few weeks here, it even went down for one of these weeks. A huge bearish candle here. Okay, so just to illustrate for you how measure targets work, definitely educate yourself on some of these trading concepts I am throwing out here. Measure targets, falling wedges, cup and handles. Those are just starters for you to learn technical analysis. You definitely want to know technical analysis going forward towards this market here, okay? Because that's how you can be independent of other people's opinions and really just look at what people are doing in this market and be able to judge for yourself. Let's go ahead and come down to the hourly time frame here because we had a breakout. So coming down here to see the new breakout data is appropriate. So hourly time frame, this is a cup and handle, okay? We do have the second wick there very close to touching, but I am going to consider this as a cup and handle, okay? Even though we don't have 3 technical touches, second wick here, very close to touching. 3 touches on a trend line makes it a valid trend line, okay? Now, this cup and handle here, measure move, okay? It's basically you take the measurement from the neckline down to the bottom of the pattern. That will give you a measure move of about 37.4K area. Okay, I know that's a very short measure move. That's actually still like, almost about a 10% if I'm doing my math right now, okay? So that's basically what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. That's why I'm still bullish on this market overall until we hit some of these resistances and measure targets. Now let's come over here to AVAX. See what has changed since the last time we have talked about this coin, okay? I'm noticing a little bit of a lag here on my Zoom. So if you guys feel some lag, it's not you, it's Zoom here. Now let's take a look into AVAX here. Okay, I've talked about this falling wedge pattern. The measure move, if this breaks out by November 13th, the week of November 13th, measure move will give you about $21.50 area. Okay, about that. If it breaks out sooner, you move the measurements up to the actual breakout point, and that should give you a slightly higher measure target. If it doesn't break out by then assuming that this pattern still stays intact, then move this measurement down along this upward trend line, but it doesn't seem like we have much more room left, right? So let's see if it's going to break out or break down. Now, falling wedges usually break out, okay? Break out to the upside. Of course, there's still a chance it breaks down. Let's take a look into some key price levels here. Weekly time frame. Weekly 21 SMA, about $11.50 here, the blue line. Weekly 50 SMA, about $14 area. Okay, those are going to be some key resistances going upwards. You do want to repeat the same exercise for the daily, 3-day, and monthly time frames, so you can identify other moving averages that could be acting as resistance or support. Okay, we're not going to do the rest of that here. Let's take a look into some key supports here. So key support here, immediately right here would be basically the bottom of this pattern. Okay, would be about $8 and I'm just gonna say $8.50 area, just to be even. Okay, it's gonna be basically your previous lows in this bottom here, about $8.50 area. You guys can go ahead and go to whatever time frames you guys are interested in and look at previous trading history as well for key supports and resistances. Okay, let's move on to JASMY. JASMY here, okay, it looks like it is actually trying to break out of this what would have been a falling wedge forming. This is not a validated falling wedge, okay, because we don't have 3 candles to the bottom trend line here. Yep, not even on a lower time frame. So this looks like it's breaking above that upper trend line before this falling wedge even has formed. Okay. Last time we also talked about this double bottom here on this daily time frame. So JASMY has actually broken out of this double bottom. Okay. Double bottoms usually break to the upside. Now, the neckline of this double bottom was about 32.325 cents area. 0.325 cents area. So you don't want to see JASMY break back below that level, because that tells you that this breakout of this double bottom pattern is invalidated. Okay. But right now it looks like it has actually broken above this upper trend line here, which is was the developing falling wedge pattern, but has also met the measure move of this double bottom pattern here at about 0.35 cents area. Okay, so could this price action continue upwards? Let's go ahead and go to the lower time frame and see if we can get any data about what JASMY could be doing. 4-hour time frame, I don't see a particular pattern here. I mean, it looks like probably a symmetrical triangle. Let's even come down to the 2-hour because we don't have enough data right now, okay? No, this is the bottom trend line here is a little lopsided for a symmetrical triangle. So I'm gonna say we don't have a particular pattern here for even the lower time frames for JASMY. So very important to just keep above that 0.325 cents area first. At least that tells you that this price action is still above the breakout of that double bottom pattern. Of course, if there's newer data that comes in, which it will, we're going to come back here and revisit JASMY and see what could be going on. So if you guys want to continue seeing more of JASMY, AVAX, do like, subscribe, and comment. I'll bring you guys an update if there is enough of you guys who wants to see these coins. Let's take a look into some key price levels to be paying attention to in order for JASMY to continue breaking upwards. Okay. Daily time frame. We have the daily 200 SMA at about that 0.43 cents area, so quite far away. About 20% away, if I'm doing my math right. Daily 50 SMA is going to be your immediate support 0.34 cents area. Daily 21 SMA 0.32 cents area. The blue line here and the gray line here respectively. Okay, you guys can repeat the same exercise for supports and resistances on moving averages and previous trading history as well. Let's move on to XLM. I also want to mention that since we did not have a developed pattern for JASMY, we don't have a measured target right now because we don't have a developed pattern for JASMY. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to XLM and see what could be going on in here. So XLM Stellar here, price action had this falling wedge on this daily time frame. It did try to break out, but it broke back into the pattern. Okay, so because of that, we do have to invalidate that original falling wedge because it was invalidated. Unless we try it like this. So it was a fake out before an actual breakout. Okay, so because of that, what I'm seeing here is a measure move according to this actual breakout point. It's going to be about 13 cents area. Okay, 13 cents area is going to be your measure move for Stellar. Now let's take a look into the smaller time frame and see if we can get any clues on what could be happening here. Okay, hourly time frame. It doesn't really look like there's much data to work with since this breakout, right? But this, if I had to take a guess, it would be a cup and handle that's forming with the neckline to be about 12 cents area, because you kind of have a rounded bottom on the left side here, and then you're starting to round the bottoms on the right side here. So that basically makes up the cup portion of your cup and handle. Of course, this is still a guess. It's not a developed cup and handle. So very important to see these candles here start rounding their bottoms and then eventually coming back up here to retest that 12 cent area at least twice before a breakout. Okay, so it's a if and when. Okay, so that's basically what I'm seeing for XLM. Let's take a look into some key resistances to be paying attention to. Okay, so let's take a look here. You're going to have your 3-day moving averages basically all together at once, right? At that very tight range of about 11.5 cents and 11.5 cents area. That's going to be where all your 3-day moving averages are at. So it's very important that this price action breaks above this level, and you'll be above all your major moving averages on the 3-day time frame. Okay. Now let's take a look into some key supports here. Daily time frame, daily 50 SMA, immediate key support 11.4 cents area. Daily 200 SMA, the orange line here, 11 cents area. Daily 21 SMA, also basically right underneath that 11 cents area there. Okay, so that's basically what I'm seeing so far for Stellar. Those are going to be some key resistances to be paying attention to for these coins. Of course, find the rest yourself based on what I was doing. Now, like I said, overall, my outlook on this market is still bullish until we hit some of those resistances where sellers are likely to come in or short sellers are likely to open their positions. I am trading this market with leverage, and I have been doing so for the past couple of weeks, right? I am trading mainly leverage longs, but that is not to say if the market does pull back, I will capitalize on some shorts as well, because I am looking for those shorter term Bitcoin moves. Okay, so I'm basically leverage trading quite a bit of these altcoins here. I really don't care so much about the symbol. I really just look at the charts, as you guys can see here. So that's basically what I'm doing. You guys let me know what you guys are doing. Are you guys holding? Are you guys trading? What are you guys holding? What are you guys trading? How is this market treating you? I know it's been a rough market before this week, but right now it does look like we are trending upwards. So that's basically what I'm seeing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.